The Miami Dolphins and general manager John Eric Sullivan have just traded away Jaylen Waddle. And this absolutely changes everything because
he risked nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it right now, but no, not that one. I want to... Yeah, okay, this is it. The one with Marcel Louis-Jacques. All right. All right, so we got some news coming out of Dolphins world, and I'm reading this from ESPN.com. Article credit goes to Jeff Legwold and Marcel Louis-Jacques as of March 17th, 2021, 2026, 11:21 a.m. Eastern Time. The Denver Broncos finally looked outside of their own locker room to help their offense with a trade Tuesday to acquire wide receiver Jaylen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, a source told ESPN's Adam Schefter. There's that breaking news for you. The source told Schefter the Broncos will receive Waddle as well as the Dolphins' fourth-round pick, 111th overall, while the Broncos will send their first-round pick, 30th, as well as third, fourth picks, 94th and 130th, to Miami. Waddle is scheduled to undergo a physical with the Broncos on Wednesday, a source told ESPN's Jeff Darlington. Let's just hope they don't Max Crosby that thing. All right, the Broncos had been the only team that had not added a player from another team since free agency opened last week. Instead, they re-signed 17 of their 21 unrestricted, restricted, and exclusive rights free agents. Waddle, who is one of the fastest players in the league, will provide a big play element to the Broncos offense that has finished near the bottom of the league in each of the past two seasons in 3-and-out drives. The Broncos were 29th this past season, as 25% of their possessions on offense were 3-and-outs. Waddle's 64 catches, 910 yards, and 6 touchdowns this past season would have been third, second for the Broncos. The Dolphins selected Waddle with the 6th pick in the 2021 draft, and he set an NFL rookie record for receptions with 104. Miami traded for Tyreek Hill the following season, but Waddle thrived under first-year head coach Mike McDaniel. He finished the 2022 season with a career-high 1,356 yards and 8 touchdowns, and followed it up with 1,014 yards and 4 touchdowns in 2023. Signed a 3-year, $84.75 million extension before the 2024 season. And since entering the league, Waddle has the 10th most receiving yards in the NFL among wide receivers, 5,039, and 11th most yards after the catch. Waddle was 8th in yards per target, 9.2 this past season. He has 26 career touchdown receptions, and he also has rushed for a score. Waddle is due $41.2 million over the next 2 seasons. The Broncos will take on $5 million salary cap hit for 2026, but are on the hook to pay the remainder of Waddle's contract, a source told ESPN Jeremy Fowler. Miami had already paid much of its 2026 guarantee, but Denver can always rework his deal, which goes through 2028. And the rest of that article winds up being, yeah, that's mostly just they're talking. So this first half is Marcel Louis-Jacques' contribution. The second half is, I would say, the other guy's contribution, Jeff Legwold. So appreciate those guys, and let's get to what I'm going to say. So yeah, it looks like it's official. The Miami Dolphins just traded Jaylen Waddle, and this right here, that's what I control. That's what I call control competition, okay? Because I personally think that they are trying to be as competitive as restrictively possible with limitation exceptions.
There are levels of survival we are prepared to accept.
So yeah, fins up, foes down, man. Let's get right into this. What just happened? The Miami Dolphins have traded wide receiver Jaylen Waddle to the Denver Broncos. In return, Miami gets a 2026 first-round pick, 2026 third-round pick, 2026 fourth-round pick, but we just essentially swapped picks because we sent the fourth round back with Waddle. So Jaylen Waddle leaves Miami after 5 seasons with over 370 catches, 5,000 plus yards, 26 touchdowns, and even just this past season, 64 catches, almost 1,000 yards, 910 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Okay, so what's the immediate reaction? And I can't speak for all the Dolphin fandom. You know, I know some of y'all don't like it, but remember, this is my Dolphin voice. This is my soapbox. So, and for those that are like-minded. So let me say this clearly. Jaylen Waddle, thank you for your services and your contributions to the Miami Dolphins. My Obama sucks. Hey, but listen, thanks, Jaylen, for your contributions, man. Thank you for your service, you know. And just like a 40-yard deep corner route to the opposite hash to you from Tua, this was a deal we just couldn't pass on. Get it? No? Okay, don't worry about it. Listen, they can't all be gems. So what this really means is connect the dots. Tyreek Hill.
He's gone.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He's gone.
Bradley Chubb.
He's gone.
And now Jaylen Waddle.
He's gone. And we couldn't do nothing about it.
At some point, those of you that are resistant will simply have to accept this is a complete teardown and a complete rebuild with a full philosophical reset.
We are the Borg. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
So get on board. All right. Why they did it? Let's talk about why they did it and not be emotional about it. Can we do that, Dolphins? Because some of y'all are real emotional right now. But I get it. Let's be real, though. Waddle is 27 years old. He's still very talented, but he's coming up on he's due another contract. So he's about to get more expensive. And with that next contract, and he's tied to a system that no longer exists in Miami. I like what one of my YouTube commenters said. Diddy Cent 8422 said, "I needed this trash hands N-word off my team. Mark my words, Waddle won't make it past November in that thin, cold air." Now, I, for one, I do agree with him. And that's just what it is. Waddle has been fragile. He's always got some sort of ligament nick injury. It's always some reason why he's always hurt or banged up, and he's never at 100%. No player is ever at 100%, but you get what I'm saying. He's always nicked up, and when you need him, he ain't there sometimes. So, but yeah, I agree with that sentiment. So this is a completely different regime, okay? And the identity it's changed, and it's going to continue to change. So with this particular deal, it's two things. I mean, one, come on, the Broncos simply
Made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Okay, and then two, what this tells me is that they clearly got somebodies, not somebody, somebodies that they like in this draft. And what's the position? Who knows? I'm hoping that, they double down on defensive end and wide receiver at this point now. But, it's clear that they're trying to monopolize this draft, aren't they? That's 4 picks in the 3rd round now. And all we did was swap 4s with them. So just keep in mind with this change, man, your key takeaway from this is you don't keep a Ferrari in the garage when you're tearing up the highway to the championship. You had to maximize value, man. If Waddle would have played for us this year and not looked anything like he looked, we wouldn't have got what we got for him, okay? So that moves us into what the move tells us that exactly the Dolphins are doing. They are stacking draft capital. Right now, Miami is loading up on picks to rebuild this team from the ground up. Also, this isn't just that they're loading up picks. This is much more deeper than that. As it stands right now, the Miami Dolphins are set to get somewhere between 8 and potentially 11 draft picks. 10 for sure. So breaking that down, that we got our own 1st-round draft pick, right? That's number 11 overall, should be. We got our own pick in the 2nd round, okay? We should be theoretically, what is it? 30, no, we'll be 42, something like that. Pick 43. in the third round, we got our own 3 picks, okay? So 4th round, we got our own pick. 5th round, we got our own pick. 7th round, we got our own pick. No 6th round pick because we dealt that away with the Darren Waller deal. And then now you just add in what we got for Jaylen Waddle. We picked up another 1st and a 3rd. And like I said, we swapped 4s, but that's why I say
you risked nothing.
So now you're potentially looking at a draft class that is going to hit double-digit picks. We're looking at 10 picks, 10 to 11 picks right now. And it ain't just draft capital, man. You signing these free agents and undrafted free agents, that's controlling the roster, right? And then when you get to collecting this many draft picks, these guys are going to be fundamental foundational pieces. So what I say is that you're actually molding and sculpting the roster to what you want it to look like. And that's art, baby. Be mad if you want to, because what they're doing, they're giving themselves a chance here to get the draft right. They're giving themselves more swings, more flexibility. They get to double down on positions, take 2 of the same position or take a player that plays more than one position. But they're giving themselves more margin for error, which is something that we did not do previously. And that matters because when you're not locking yourself into a quarterback contract and you're not trying to force yourself into a Super Bowl window, now you can build it the right way and do the things that you need to do so you can get a plug-and-play quarterback one day if you haven't already gotten the guy who's going to take you there. So this is very important to my philosophy, okay? So they're not just hoarding picks, they're hoarding picks so that they can draft and develop, and they are actually still trying to compete at the same damn time. Don't y'all see the beauty in all of this, man? We're not a bad organization anymore. Because bad organizations spend money to fix mistakes. Smart organizations stack draft picks so that they don't have to make those mistakes in the first place. This ain't desperation, man. This is optionality. And I'm all for it. So looking at the other side of that, what is Denver doing? Denver just went 1st round pick, 3rd round pick, 4th round pick for one doggone player. And that means they think that they one piece away. The Broncos think they just won the offseason and the Super Bowl. Okay? And more power to them. I don't want to say that too loud because they might Max Crosby that thing, man. Denver's going all in. Miami is starting all over. Okay? You feel me? So, and here's the part y'all Dolphins fans don't want to hear, man. This move actually makes sense, okay? Because everything I've been telling you since episode 1, it's happening right now in real time, okay? I told you that the quarterback wasn't it. I told you that the coach wasn't it. I told you that the structure wasn't it. I even told you Jaylen Waddle wasn't it.
1-7, listen, Waddle. I need you to catch more passes this year and stop dropping so many passes. You think I don't see it? You think real Dolphin fans don't see it? Bro, catch the fuck ball.
Only thing that's happening now is the organization is finally admitting it. They're owning up to their mistakes. Okay? So what comes next here? We go back to, what the real questions are. Who's the quarterback of the future? Is it Malik Willis? I would like to think so. I'm a Malik fan. Who's wide receiver number 1 now? As much as I like Tutu, he ain't wide receiver number 1. So are they drafting 1? Are they drafting 2? I would like to think so. What does the offense even look like at this point? And I can tell you this much. It doesn't look like, it looks more vertical than horizontal. And how many years is this rebuild going to take? I said give it at least 3. But there's no reason why it can't happen sooner. We're talking about 10 picks in the top 100 players. I'm looking at these picks like,
More money, more money, more money.
you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna say this one more time for y'all. So the ones in the back understand it, man. The Miami Dolphins aren't trying to not win. They are finally trying to stop losing the wrong way. If that makes sense. The Chris Greer way. Anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Fins up, foes down. Fish Out of Water Show. We are watching this thing unfold in real time, y'all. and I'm happy about it. You tell me what you think in the comments. Click like, subscribe. Let's go.